That's going to be better. That's going to be much better. Sorry. We were talking about the Ranger 2000 up there. So I don't know what I said before. Got to come up with a better beginning. That's the first thing I said. We're back with the very frustrating build of the Ranger 2000 behind me. I am at the point where all the electronics have been installed except the rear-facing camera, which is going to be a Caddx Ant, a super cheapy camera that works pretty good from my point of view so far. So we're going to go back to iNav here and see if we can figure out what the hell is wrong. So what happened was when I plugged in, I wired up the let's see if I can get that camera going there. So you can see there the whole plane, the front of the plane. I wired up the VTX and the final servo, the pan and tilt servos, and then I powered it up, and I had an issue with the I had an issue with the servos not working. So to back up, the very first time I installed the firmware on the F722 wing flight controller, Maytech F722 wing, that's what's in there. You can't see it because of all the friggin' wires that are in there. It is so hard to put a flight controller in this space up there. And I know people, I know I'm not the first one to say, I've seen Matt Ogburn's videos on the Ranger 1600, and he put a vector in there somehow. Right on, Matt. Good job. But so anyway, we're going to, when I first put in the firmware, I couldn't get the servos to move, even though everything was, the servos were turned on in Betaflight, the servos were moving in the output screen. And so we're going to go back to that, because what I did was that I reflashed an older version, iNav 1.4, I believe, and then, or 2.4, and then I went back, then the servos worked, then I went back to the 2.5.2, and the servos worked. So then I continued on with the build, and I did the airspeed sensor, blah, blah, blah. I continued on, and that's what I've been doing with these lengthy, boring live streams of me, my No Warning Workshop live streams that, oh, it says one person is watching. Amazing. Okay, and there's a chat window too. It's right in front of me. I should be able to see it. So we're going to go back to square one and look at the flight controller through Betaflight. And I rebooted the computer. So my flaky ass computer, another thing is that anytime my computer goes to sleep, then I cannot connect a flight controller to it after that. Thank you, Windows 10. You're wonderful. So if I start a stream without rebooting my computer, which I always do because I don't think, then I can't connect a flight controller to it. That's where I'm at. So I rebooted. Everything should be good. Everything should be good, and I was looking at the camera, and the camera was on the other thing. Yeah. Okay, so desktop, that's number one. I'm also learning how to operate the OBS software, which I love and have some problems with at the same time. Okay, we've got a connection. Thank you. Now the receiver is now powered on UART2, and on the F722, UART2 is, and you can see the green light, so that means it's bound. Okay, so now we should be able to go to the receiver tab, and we see the values moving, right? And just to show you, we're on ports, how I have my ports set up. I have serial on UART2. The soft serial 1, which if you pull up the Maytech website, I have it right here. No, stop. right here. If you look at this, it says enable soft serial TX1 on TX2 pad saving 1 UART. That is this pad right here. And that is the extra one that I had. So that extra wire. The stupid thing I did is I have 2 yellow wires on this connector. The RX and the TX are the same color, but I made sure to have it the right way. It did work before. Okay, so let's move this back out of the way here. And then, so that's what soft serial smart port right here is. That's what's going on right there. So that's all good, and we can see that I have my receiver on there, and throttle, and the pan and tilt, which I have set the limits on. You can see that on channel 9 and 11. All my switches are working. The ones that matter. Yeah, that's the camera switcher. Yeah, everything's good. We've got it all. Okay, so now let's go to outputs. Outputs. And then the servos are moving. Rudder. Now, I've set the servo refresh rate to 330 hertz, and I believe all the servos can handle that. So now let's go back to plug in the battery. First, let's disconnect the pan servo. Okay, then we're going to plug in the battery. Now I heard servos do their thing. And we have servos. Do I have a tilt? Yep, everything's working now. Crazy. Ailerons. Here, let's change cameras. What are we on? Yeah. How about that camera? There we go. So we have our ailerons. We have our... It's so noisy. We have our rudder. And we have our elevator. And we have our tilt. And I disconnected the pan. Okay, so that's not doing anything. Now VTX. Let's set the VTX channel. Where is that? That's under configuration. Where is that? Channel 3, race band, power level. Is it 4? Save and reboot. Then we're going to go to get a battery for our VTX. Oop, buzzing again. Let's get ourselves a battery. Where is it? 3. Oh, shit. I know I have one here somewhere that could work. Where are they all? Ah, they're gonna be in here probably. Sorry folks, a little disorganized. What's this one? Nope. Nope. Yes. Oh my gosh. Stop the buzzing. Okay, now we're gonna, whoa, sorry camera. This is a class operation here. There we go. Okay, now we can do the VTX. Oh, nothing on the VTX. There's the VTX, folks. So I've set channel race band 3-1. And what do we have? Nothing. Do we have anything on anything? Oh, 1-1. Yep. There we go. There it is. So now we got to figure out how to get it on race band 3. It's on. We'll get it on. There you go. There's the VTX. So that is working. Let's take that and fix it. Oh. So it's the right aspect ratio. Okay. So what have we accomplished? We got to get the pan. Now we got to stick this all together and see if it's still going to work. Oh yeah, we can't. We have a USB hooked up to it. Alright, so now what I want to do is figure out why the pan servo doesn't work. So now we're going to unplug the battery again. Let's do that. Okay, and then let's plug the pan servo in. And then let's stick this, plug it back in. Okay. Everything's working. Everything's working. Oh, let's switch cameras, see? Shush. So let's check the limits. Let's check the angle. It looks like it's pointing straight. That's I think it's going the opposite way that I want. I have to see about which way the other one goes. There's up. Yeah, that's going the opposite. Okay, so let's... Uh-oh, here we go. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go to outputs. And in outputs... Where's outputs? Too busy looking at... There it is. We're going to reverse... Where's my list? Pan is on S5. Servo. That's okay, 6. Servo 6. What the fuck? This is so weird. I don't understand. Oh, there's S5. I don't understand these servo numbers here. Why they're named like this. Somebody in iNav should be able to help me with that. Okay, and then this one should be 7. Okay. I'm going to reverse both servo 6 and 7, or S5 and S6, depending on how you're looking at it. Okay, now let's hope things don't go crazy. You missed the boot because I forgot to. Oh yeah, that's the way I want it. So it goes way over, let's see. Oh yeah, it definitely gets the whole wing. That's gonna be cool. Now is it pointing straight? Let's see if it ends up straight. This time it's crooked. Yep, it is. Look at that. That's gonna be a problem. Why is it like that? Oh my God, it's going more. Oh no. All right, hold on. We're gonna have to set something up to trim that. Like the knob. I'm gonna have to set the S1 knob. I might need help. Set the S1 knob to turn it, to trim this servo. Okay, let's reboot it and see if we have a serious problem here. Okay. Yeah, it's not recentering. All right. So now let's look at the endpoints. This is how we're going to have to do it. So I would have to put it into cruise mode. Let's pretend this happened in flight. And I wanted to get it, well, I'd have to just point it straight. Wouldn't I? And leave it there. Look at it, it's kind of shaky. There. I put limits on this too. Look at, that's pretty cool. It's going to look straight down on the ground almost. That's not cool though, how that's doing that. Okay, so the last step is to actually place the flight controller and the GPS and all that. Put a card in and see if we can get the how do we get the stick menu? Throttle min. Oh, no. I can't remember how you get the stick menu. But it's going to cause you to move all this stuff everywhere. Here, we're going to... Alright, so I think we've accomplished what we set out to do, which was figure out why it wasn't working, and the answer is it is working. Oop. Except that's not centering right. Let's look at the channel monitor. That's channel 9. And it's 1516, so maybe we need to make it back to 1511. Oh my gosh. Alright, we're gonna just, I don't think we need to have this stream anymore. We've got everything all together except the rear camera. And I think maybe there's something that has to do with something about putting the flight controller back in its spot. So now I'm going to try that, but I'm not going to do it on a live stream because it's so fidgety and fiddly, and I'll probably swear and stuff, and so embarrassing, all the swearing that I do when I get frustrated. So I'm just gonna, what have we done? 25 minutes. That's not bad. It's a quickie. You got to see the pan tilt and the VTX. Oh yeah, I'm talking to the camera that's not there. So we're good. We're very good. We can, I wonder if the other view has the mixer. Okay, good. I'm glad you could hear me during that whole business. So I think it's now time to put the prop on and all that little miscellaneous stuff and try and see if it fails again. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to disconnect from Betaflight, our iNav configurator. Disconnect that. Disconnect the radio and the live stream and fiddle with it a little bit more, and we'll be back later, because that's how I roll. I just like to not have me be frustrated, and putting in the flight controller is going to be frustrating. Thanks for watching.